favorite artist, Todd McFarlane. You know, I'm a huge Todd McFarlane fan. And you
Oh
were
yeah.
talking about, the mistakes and working through the mistakes. That classic Spider-Man webbing he did back when he was doing
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, that was a mistake. He's talked
I'm
about
sure
it a
it
lot.
was. Yeah.
He said that he the webbing, he didn't want to just be, a white splotch with a few black lines in it. He wanted it to look organic. So what he would do was he
Right.
would have a main line that would run out, and then around that he had a continuous line all the way around it. And as time went on, it metamorphed into something bigger because he kept messing up his lines.
Yeah.
And
And now that's the way you draw webs.
yeah,
Like
that's it. You
you're
don't
drawing
just
Spider-Man, you got to draw that web or it doesn't look right.
yeah. I mean,
So I mean, it's amazing the things that come out of the mistakes. Like they're not just mistakes, they're opportunities. You know what I mean? And you don't get that with digital art. Makes it too easy to correct mistakes to where people don't let the mistakes go and work around them and fix them by just using them. They just control Z until I get it just perfect. And it's like, man, and what kills me on top of that is like the digital coloring.
it's so flat.
It just looks flat. It's
Oh,
it's meant to look three-dimensional, but it looks more two-dimensional than old school coloring
it really
techniques.
does. I mean, it.
Um,
There's no
because they don't
depth.
make things stand out. Everything's
Gradients.
gradients. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's blends into everything else, so it all looks flat. Whereas like old school, you had just a few colors to use. Okay, I'm gonna put this color on top of this one because there's a contrast there, and it'll make it pop out. And now everything like blends together, and it looks flatter than ever before. It drives me crazy, but um, the coloring and not only that, but they don't use shadows anymore. Like, and I always felt like the best artwork had the best balance between black and white on the page before it's colored. Um, there's there's something about using that black to create shadows and such that appeals to me in a way that even the best digital art just doesn't. And um, it just feels so much like most of the comic books out there. Most artists just do outlines now because
Yeah.
it's all up to the colorist to do the shadows and stuff. So it comes out looking like a freaking coloring book, and it drives me crazy. So, but I've luckily I've been able to find the artists that I like, that I follow, that I follow on Twitter and Facebook, and keep up with all their work. And those are the guys and girls that know and understand that balance between the black and the empty space, or the white or the negative space, or whatever you want to call it. That balance is key, especially in comic book art.
That's the way I
It's
feel about it.
I mean, it's part of it. It's just, if I want to just see outlines, I'll go look at a coloring book or something. It's the same thing.